Newark, Buffalo, Cleveland, and many other school systems are struggling, failing to do the very thing they are mandated to do, educate our children.
You are the first generation where academic excellence is going to be defined not by how you compare to other students in our nation, but rather how you compare to other students all around the world. It is absolutely critical for every one of you to be able to get a high-quality educational experience.
Where you have schools where dropout rates are 50, 60, 70%, where students are falling further and further behind, and we have to educate our way to a better economy.
But what are the responsibilities out there for a local teacher or local school administrator? Because maybe Washington can be part of the solution, but Washington can't fix this.
We can't transform our country on the backs of micro ideas. We have to create the kind of tools and systems to allow us to find those things that are working much better than the rest and take them to scale so they benefit not just hundreds of students, not just thousands of students, but millions of students.
There has to be a consequence between mediocrity and excellence, and there ought to be rewards, particularly for teachers that do the exceptional work, and not have the same consequence for the mediocre teachers that sadly refuse to change and sadly are not doing the jobs that they need to do.
We have this 19th century model that we're trying to apply for our students to be prepared for the 21st century. When you look at the data, you can see that our students are not progressing at the rate to be competitive in the 21st century. So the TAP system does provide an answer. The TAP system is a 21st century model.
When schools are making progress, then we should be much more flexible on the means by how they're getting there and be much more flexible in the different pots of money that we're providing at the federal level, so that what's going on in the TAP model becomes not the exception, but becomes much more institutionalized across the education system throughout the country.
TAP really accelerates the opportunity for teachers to grow at a faster rate. More collaboration, more opportunity to engage on instruction. They have teacher leaders in positions to mentor them over time. The TAP system is an excellent model to build human capacity.
TAP was there in the late 90s when almost nobody was ready to take on issues like this. There's some real pioneers here who have led to a far deeper and more thoughtful understanding of what we can do in our schools to see them succeed.
Back in 2001, where I served as principal at the time, was one of the schools that became the first 6 in the state of South Carolina to incorporate the principles of TAP. And in looking at the past 11 years, I would shudder to think what we would be without TAP.
When we first started looking into the TAP program, our test scores were in the single digits. We had hit rock bottom. And so TAP really helped us to help our teachers and our students become better learners. No longer are we just a science or social studies teacher. Everyone is a literacy teacher and everyone is a math teacher.
People who come into our building now who came before TAP frequently tell us that it's a completely different school. The kids are on task, they're happy, they're excited about learning. Teachers feel as if they have the support, the resources that they need to be effective, and they feel as if they're making a difference.
When things work, other superintendents, other school districts, other principals want to be part of it. They see the results and they say, I want that in my school, I want that in my district. And I think you can see that by the rapid expansion of TAP.
The power of TAP is that it really unlocks and unleashes the power of our people to work together to help each other improve their practice every day and become better teachers.
I have never, ever in my career seen a systemic approach to education like this one. TAP has made me a believer in investing in the teacher leadership on the campus in ways that I thought were fiscally untenable before. Now I think we can't afford not to make that investment. Our kids' lives depend on it. The future of our country depends on our doing a great job, and so the stakes are extremely high.
I asked every teacher to invest in this school. And when you invest in something, you invest with it, your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. Because we're at war against mediocrity. We're at war against illiteracy. We're at war against anything that does not promote education.
It need not take a calamity to clear the way for fundamental change. What it does take is nerve and will, talent and energy, courage. We will have a system of education in which every student in every school in America is guided and taught by a person worthy to be known as a teacher.